Let me tell you the biggest misconception in the bully game, bro, is that one of the biggest misconceptions is that these guys or this person, this camp is on a pedestal. No, regular guy like me or you may have a little bit more money than Joe down the street,
For
but
sure.
a regular guy like me or you, that's why you'll never hear me use the term OG, OG breeder.
Yeah, that's not real.
Yeah, you're not an OG.
They're like these quote
You're not
unquote
an OG to
OGs.
me.
They're exposing that stuff every day.
But I'm
I
saying
don't.
these so-called what like who's given them that? How, did they earn that? Where I'm
I,
from,
I
you
don't
call
know.
somebody an OG, it's for a reason.
Yeah,
Just because you've been breeding a long time, you don't get called the OG. Did you earn that? Did you put the bully game on your back?
for sure.
You helping the community out?
I gotta just. I think he is a fuck him, but I think he is a OG.
No,
He
I'm not
created a
saying
wave
No, no, no.
for
no, no, no.
I feel like you know what I
I'm
mean.
not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not discrediting him. Discrediting. I wasn't even talking about him specifically,
Oh, okay.
but I'm not discrediting. Now that we're talking about
For
him, I'm
sure,
not
for sure.
discrediting him in any way. But when you use the term OG, like you don't. To me, nobody in the bully game
See, my mentor,
should be called an OG because they
my
breeding a long time. That's my thinking about it. You shouldn't be called an OG because you've been breeding a long time. Like or because you had this top stud back then and now you got this top stud now. I don't think you should be called a OG. To me, you're just you're a good breeder.
yeah. To me,
You're a good breeder. Keep you doing your thing. You have a good program, a good foundation. But to me, as a man, like you're not an OG to me.
yeah.
Like
Like to me, like my mentor is a refined dog bird, and he know if he don't adapt, he will die.
yeah,
And so what I mean by that is that it's basically you gotta educate yourself. You know what I mean? As
yeah,
far as hey, listen, we're doing this now. We're not breeding on 9, 11, 13 no more.
yeah.
You know what I mean? We gotta do things differently now. You know what I mean? Everything that I do and everything he do as well is science based. You know what I mean? So we understand how critical science is playing a role in our industry.
Nah,
And
for
so
sure.
we gotta adapt to the industry. We gotta adapt for you know what I mean that okay, well the Merles are coming out now and eventually I were introducing a different color into this industry, and eventually there will be you know what I mean different like fluffies or something like that you know what I mean that's less desired, but it's going to be here.
Yeah,
And the thing about it is if you don't DNA test your dog or people don't start DNA testing a dog, now they're gonna be taking a carrier to a carrier
yeah,
because of the dog is mislabeled, and so the dog mislabeled because you didn't do a DNA test, and then you're gonna take a carrier to a carrier, and then you're gonna have visual fluffies. You know what I mean? So it's going to come to the point that this industry is going to be it's going to be exposed to these fluffies or these different colors are going to be introduced later on, and we're going to be forced to DNA test our dogs because if you don't want fluffies, you're going to DNA test your dog to make sure it doesn't carry fluffy.
I don't think it'll make it that far.
I think it will.
I think the industry will be DNA testing before that.
No, yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying that's going to be
Yeah,
really the drawing point where people's are really going to be having to do it. You know what I'm saying?
because I saw not too long ago, maybe a few months ago, they posted a picture of Crown with his full DNA
For sure,
profile out there.
for sure,
And for one, it's a monkey see, monkey do game.
for sure.
For one top stud to do that, that'll be coming. Um, Now that you got people that are gonna try to separate themselves from the pack, you're gonna start seeing people, sell their litters with DNA,
Yeah,
sell pups from their litters with DNA
for sure,
already provided.
for
You
sure.
know what I mean?
And
So
I would like to say that I'm glad that I can be a part of
yeah,
that change. I'm glad that I can know because I've been pushing for about a year, and so now people are really just waking up and realize that hey, listen, DNA is very important. If I'm trying to produce lilac dogs, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say okay, or and I'll say black or you know what I mean, say something about a fawn dog or something like that. The reason why I say it is because like me personally, I don't care for black dogs. Me personally, I don't care for fawn. I don't care for smuts. I don't care for you know what I mean these non-colored dogs. I don't care about them because if I'm trying to increase my chances of getting a lot, or if I'm trying to increase my chances of getting an Isabella try, what I'm going to do is I'm going to breed an Isabella dog to an Isabella dog, and I'm going to have all Isabellas.
Isabella try.
Isabella try.
You just used the term that most people in the bully game don't use.
Yes.
Why are you doing that? Why did you say that?
Because at the voice in the face community, we have to distinguish between two different dogs with two different DNAs. You know what I mean? We don't DNA test our dogs, so you can have a dog that can be little d with 2 copies of COCO, or a dog can be little d with 2 copies of testable. And so as me being the voice
when you say testable, keep in mind that you're talking to a bully breed.
I'm not dumbing myself down no more.
But I'm saying, keep in mind that you're talking to a bully breed that doesn't necessarily know what you're talking about.
I'm not.
So when you use the term, no, testable is a shortcut though. You know what I'm saying?
Testable.
So when you say testable, what are you talking about?
When I'm talking about testable, I'm talking about
testable chocolate.
Testable chocolate, yeah. Testable. Oh, well, you talking about testable chocolate, yeah. So yeah. So there's 2 different forms of chocolate. You got the cocoa and you got the testable. And so our dogs, most of our dogs have the testable chocolate, and there's some dogs out there that have the cocoa chocolate. So we got to distinguish between the 2. And so if we're both labeling dogs as to be a lilac dog, but they have 2 different DNAs and they're not compatible, why do we consider it two different dogs? And so now, if you have a dog like Crown, if you have a dog like Pimpy, if you got a dog like name me another dog, Mr. Biggs, Soji, Big Stepper, them dogs are now Isabella. Them dogs are no longer lilacs.
Did you just change the?
Yeah,
that quick.
He did. He just changed. That you heard it here first on the Revenge of the Dreamers,
for sure,
live on the Bully Spittin podcast. Daydream just changed the color profile.
Yes.
For the exotic bullies.
And I will be coming out with my own color thing, and with my own color. It's basically gonna be a color chart, right? And I want to show the DNAs of these dogs and what we're gonna call them. and so now a true lilac dog is gonna be a dog that have 2 copies of little d and 2 copies of COCO. That's gonna be a lilac
dog. So basically, for that to happen, some kind of way, somebody's going to have to make it mandatory for these dogs to be DNA tested.
For sure. These dogs, I mean, if I know the lineage of the dog, if I know your dog came off of Pimpy, if I know your dog came off of Crown, them dogs already have a DNA test. So I already know that your dog, if it's a Isabella dog, if you see it and you know it's the Isabella, I know what form of chocolate it's carrying. But if the dog haven't been DNA tested, I won't know what form of chocolate.
You know, I DNA tested my first dog ever in a bully game.
Right.
Because it came off a Brindle dog, right? Yeah. And I was telling everybody, man, this dog gonna throw me try. This dog gonna throw me try.
Right.
It's like, man, it's a tiger. Back then, we didn't even say Brindle. Tiger stripe. It's a tiger stripe. It ain't gonna throw you no Brindle. It's a tiger. I mean, it ain't gonna throw you no try. It's a tiger stripe.
Yeah.
I bred that dog to a try, and little do you know, I got tries. And when the DNA when I got the DNA code on that Brindle dog back, what do you think I got? Based off your DNA experience.
What did the dog
on that Brindle dog? On that Brindle dog, when I DNA tested that Brindle dog, for that dog to be able to throw try.
Of course.
What do you think I got?
It had to be carrying 10 points. It had to be carrying 10 points, so AT. I'm not sure what it was on the other locus, but I mean, it had to be AT something. Was it AT?
It was AT. That one AT.
Okay.
It was AT.
Because
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to lie, because I don't remember what it was, but I know it wasn't 2 copies of 10 points.
For sure.
It was 18 and something else.
For sure. And what people don't understand is that, you know what I mean, some of these dogs, there's a lot of, once you get into DNA is a very tricky thing. You know what I mean, even science, it doesn't have it down packed yet. And so with that being said, there's a lot of things that still need to be developed as far as, you know what I mean, science based. But you know what I mean, we have a very good baseline that's set out for us, and we can have a very good understanding on what these dogs are doing. You know what I mean, the more in-depth detail, the more in-depth DNA, we would have to sit back and study it a little more. But you know what I mean, there's a lot of things that's going on with Brindle that I'm just not sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I'm speaking about Brindle. You know what I mean, a lot. But you know what I mean, me personally, I want to stay away from Brindle. So it really doesn't matter to me, but it matters to me because I gotta be able to help the community. Yeah. I personally don't like black dogs.
You don't like black dogs?
I don't like black dogs.
Why not?
Get rid of them.
Get rid of them.
Get rid of the black dogs, yes sir.
So if you had a dog, what do you think one of the hottest black dogs in the game right now?
One of the hottest black dogs in the game right now. I have to get to Black Ice. As far as studs.
So if you had Black Ice,
for sure,
you get rid of her.
Would I get rid of her?
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't get rid of her.
But you just told everybody.
No, I know exactly what I just said, but
yeah.
You know what I mean. It's like we're getting to the point to where, you know what I mean. If you have a litter, right? You have a litter. These black dogs are hard to sell. People want color right now.
Yeah.
And so if you have a dog, you can use that dog for a tool, and actually you can introduce color because eventually when you start breeding these dilutes to dilutes, right? So you start breeding these lilacs, and you get a few generations in there, you're gonna have to revert back to a black dog. No matter what, you're gonna have to revert back to a non-colored dog because when you start breeding dilute to dilute, you don't have enough genetic diversity, and then what happens is the bones become thinner, the bones become weaker, and your dog don't look as masculine or as impressive as it should be. And so with that being said, you're gonna have to revert back to a black dog because breeding a lilac to a lilac over time have been known to create thinner dogs.